Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day outside. It's a beautiful day. It's not even a normal day. It's like beautiful. The most beautiful day I've seen in this year. You know why? Because it's sunny, and in Canada, you don't see sun very often, do you? But this video is gonna be about the IELTS result that I got recently. And the recent scores that I've had. For the people that don't know me, I'm Mandeep. I study in Canada, and YouTube is my side hustle. I'm a business person. I'm a business-minded individual. Business. But I recently gave my IELTS exam, which is English learning language testing exam, and it's about how well you speak, how well you write, how well you read, and how well you listen to English. It's about that, and they test your English skills. And guess what? I prepared for like 2 days, literally just 2 days, and guess what happened? I got almost 7.5 bands. Not almost, I can show you the result. I got like 7.5 bands, and it's not out of 10, it's out of 9. That's the weird thing. I don't know why is that. I don't know why they didn't just keep it out of 10, because that's just a whole number, or that's just a good number to, that's a pleasant number to look at. But I don't know why, but they kept it out of 9. And I prepared for like 2 days. Most people worry about their exam, and I got 7.5 bands in just 2 days. How did I do that? How did I prepare? What were the things that I had in my mind? How did my exam go when I went over there? Was the exam very difficult? We're gonna talk about in this video. So this video is not gonna be those YouTubers who tell you, oh, top 5 things that you can do to get this many bands in this this exam. You have to do this, you have to do this to get this exam. This is not going to be about that. It's going to be just me yapping to the camera, because of course it's my experience, right? I'll tell you about my experience. So if you're a person who has low attention span, that's basically my challenge. That's basically my channel, that I transform people from bad habits to good habits, so that they can score well in the exam that they're preparing for. They can be productive in their life, and they can get things done. So that's basically my channel. Why am I saying challenge? That's basically my channel. And if you have a low attention span, I don't think so you'll be even watching till here. So I guess if you're watching, respect to you, and I'm gonna tell you about my experiences. So my IELTS exam, how am I feeling about that? You know what, to be honest, I'm not even feeling very different, because for me it was just a normal exam. It was just another conversation. I live in Canada. I have been here for like 4 years, and that's one of my goals, to increase my English speaking skills to the maximum. The English that I'm speaking right now, according to me, is like 5 out of 10, and I want to make my English 10 out of 10. I want to make my articulation and communication skills 10 out of 10. And that's basically what happened in the speaking part of the exam. The speaking part of the exam was not very bad. It was just me talking to the other person. Because as I told you, I also work in a hospital. For the people who have been listening to me, they would know this, that I work in a hospital. And over there, trust me, most of the people speak English. We don't speak any native language. We don't speak any other different language. We only speak English, because that's basically what everyone can speak together, right? In a hospital or in a professional setting, you speak a language that most people can speak, which is English. If you're living in an English-speaking country, if you're living in a Western country, that most probably that would be English. So that's what I speak. I speak English most of the times in the whole day. So like 80 to 90% of the things that I speak in the whole day is English. So that was like one of the factors that helped me increase my confidence, increase my articulation skills, increase my vocab, and increase my storytelling skills. And the question that the person who was interviewing me, he asked me, what was the gift? What's going to be the one gift that you give to one of your friends? I kept thinking about that. He even gave me like 1 minute to think about it. But guess what? I'm not that person who gives a lot of gifts to people. You can call me selfish. I love to receive gifts, but I don't like to label anything, the thing that I give, as a gift. So that's why that's what happened. I was struggling to get a topic. I was not struggling about the language. I was not struggling about speaking, but I was struggling to get a hold of my ideas, what I'm gonna say, and after the time has been spent. So guess what I did? I just randomly started yapping, like the way I'm doing to you. I just randomly started yapping, and this is basically what happened. And he also, like, this is human psychology. If the person in front of you is very tired, or he's very stressed, or he's like very ultra professional, you would also like mirror the same. You would also do the same thing. But guess what? I went very easily. I started talking to him, and I even asked him questions. Most of the people, they don't do this. Most of the people, they don't ask questions to the person. They only answer questions. I mean, that would logically make sense, because you are over there to give a test. You're not over there to have a conversation. But guess what? That's how things go. That's how things really go. If you ask the other person questions, the other person lowers their guard, and they also be just human to you. You can also throw some jokes in there. This video is not about how you can crack IELTS or how you can crack the exam very quickly. This video is about me shattering away all the limiting beliefs that you have and telling you the human psychology and the human behavior behind it. Why people who score very good in those exams, and I'm not considering mine, because people have been scoring like 9 out of 9 or 8.9 out of 10, 9.2. I'm very humble in this, but I'm telling you, those people are not very different from you. Those people don't have, very life-changing ideas, or, very life-changing thoughts that the interviewer thoughts, or the interviewer thinks, oh wow, I didn't even think about this. I have to mark this person 9 out of 10. I have to mark this person 8 out of 10. No. It's not about that. It's about the other person feeling easy to talk to. That's basically what speaking is. They have to check you if you can talk, and if you can have a normal conversation without getting sweating, without feeling the sweat, without having, I was gonna say without having heart in the conversation, but that makes sense. That's the only thing they have to check. That's the thing. That's the thing about speaking. Now let's begin for what's the next thing. Listening. Listening was very easy for me. For me, if you're a good listener, if you listen to people, if you let people talk, if you genuinely are interested in people's conversation, you will obviously be a good listener. And to be a good listener, you have to listen to people's every word, because I'm one of those people who don't even talk in a conversation. I only ask questions. This is the only time I talked that much in a conversation in my speaking test, but I don't talk a lot. I only talk 20%, and the person in front of me is fucking... Bro, the sun is too high. But I don't even talk. Guess what? You know what? I'm gonna change my... Yeah, I'm gonna keep it over here. This is better. I don't even talk in a conversation. I only talk 20%, and the other person is always talking 80%. You know why? Because firstly, I would get to know how he thinks. Secondly, he will feel heard. He will think that, I'm expressing myself. And that's what basically most humans want to do. They want to express themselves, because in this modern world, nobody's a good listener. Nobody listens to each other. Everyone wants to just showcase what they are thinking, and everyone wants to just win the approval of each other by showing all the knowledge that they have. And if you just be a good listener in today's world, you will appeal to people's heart. You will appeal to people's heart, then they will love you. Can you see how much of a cheat code this is? You don't even have to do anything. The only thing you have to do is listen to the person talking to you. I know this sounds very basic, but guess what? This is very basic, and it fucking works. And if you have been continuing on this journey, like I was doing, I'm keeping this in my mind that I will only speak 20 or 30%, and the other person would speak 80 or 70%. You would obviously be a good listener. And when you're a good listener, you listen to details. You have a good memory, because you have to ask questions. You have to ask people questions about what did they mention. And you have to ask questions based on the fact that they would also like to answer those questions. So you would obviously be a good listener, and that's what helped me in listening. If we talk about reading, that's basically my channel. I tell people how to transform their bad habits to good habits. And guess what? One of the good habit is reading. Reading has transformed my mind. Yesterday I was reading one of the books. What was it? Atomic Habits. And guess what? And I was working side by side. I was doing my part-time job. As I told you, I work in a hospital. For the first time when I came and I started my work, I didn't want to read. I only wanted to, spend the time. I'll change this again. I only wanted to waste my 8-hour shift in just, talking to people, eating something, doom scrolling. But guess what? I doom scrolled for like 20 or 30 minutes and I was fucking bored. I was like, what the fuck is this, man? Obviously, this is not affecting me. Obviously, this is not, affecting me positively. It's gonna change my mental state. I'm gonna feel very bad about this. I'm seeing all these rage-inducing videos. I'm seeing all these, different topic videos. I'm seeing a war video. I'm seeing a meme. I'm seeing a funny video. I'm seeing all these different topics in, a couple of scrolls. So what's the benefit of this? Firstly, like, what's the benefit of this? There's no benefit. It's only destroying my mental health. It's only destroying my attention span. It's only destroying me, my ability to focus somewhere. So guess what? I was like, fuck this. Fuck doom scrolling. I'm gonna read. And I started reading at my work, the book Atomic Habits. I had my iPad with me and I started reading over there. See, I don't even have to fucking prepare for IELTS. The next time that I give for this immigration purposes, this IELTS test is like very expensive though. It's not, very less. It's like $300 or $400. You have to pay for that. That's fucking expensive. That's the only thing that I don't like about this. But guess what? I didn't even prepare much for this. That's what I'm saying. I've prepared. I was like, okay, I have to get this done. I have to get this done. Oh, okay, I just made the payment. I do this. I book their test. I do this. Do this. In 2 days, I was so confident. I even made a video about this. It's not like I'm lying something. I made a video about this, and you can see that. I made the video about this before my IELTS test that it's gonna go very well. You know why? Because not consciously but unconsciously I have been preparing for this from past 3 or 4 years. I didn't have this in my mind that I will do IELTS, but guess what? I started working on myself. This is part of my self-improvement journey. If you are on this journey, if you are on your self-improvement journey, and if you are on a journey that you have to increase your communication skills, you have to increase your articulation skills, your speaking will get better. If you're a person who wants to really connect with people, your listening skills will get better. If you're a person who wants to save their attention span and who wants to gain knowledge from other people by not spending their time, by not doing the mistakes that they did, your reading skills will get better. What's the other one? What's the fourth one? Reading, yeah. And if you're a person who journals every day, as I tell you in my videos, that you should journal every day. It makes you express yourself. But because guess what? If you're a good listener, if you speak 10 or 20 or 30% of the time, and the other people are speaking like 60 or 70%, if you ask really good questions, guess what? You won't feel expressed. What's your way? Because you can't be like fucking, begging people to listen to you. So guess what I do? I express myself on my journal. I express myself on my diary. I write to my diary most of the days. I write to my diary. Sometimes I miss because I'm fucking human, bro. Sometimes I miss, but most of the times I like to remind it that if I'm not expressing myself, I would only be expressing, and I would only be a good listener to everybody else. They would think that I'm not going through anything, but I would feel that need that I have to talk to people. And I have to express myself. And in this modern day, guess what? Most of the people are not expressing themselves. They don't have a good listener and they don't have journaling skills. So that's why I'm saying, if you journal every day, your writing skills will get better. You would know how to structure what is the thing that's coming in your mind, when to place that thing, what word to choose, what could be a better word to choose, how to increase your vocabulary. You would know all of these things. That's what I'm saying. I prepared for this exam for like 2 days. I was like, okay, I need to get this exam. Okay, get it book, and I fucking went. I went like a fucking G. Guess what? I even threw a joke over there. In my speaking when I went, I even threw a joke, and the person was also laughing. And I'm glad the person was, he didn't take that joke as a bad thing, and he gave me good marks. That's what I'm saying. That's basically it. That's basically the essence of this video. If you have been already running every day, and let's suppose I hope this doesn't happen to you, but if you run every day for like 20 minutes, if you run every day for 20 minutes, and on a fucking blue moon, a thief steals your iPhone and he starts running, and if you run behind him, do you think you'd be struggling to run? No, right? Because you would say that, okay, I didn't do my run today. All right, let me run behind him. Let me fucking catch him and get my iPhone back. That's gonna be basically my running. If you do that every day, do you think it's gonna be hard for you? No, right? That's the same thing that happened with me. I was doing this thing for like 4 years, not consciously, but unconsciously. I was doing this unconsciously for like 3 or 4 years. And when the thing happened, when I had to really talk to someone, when I really had to like give my exams, it was just a cup of tea. I was like, okay, just book it and I'll go. And I got 7.5 bands. I wasn't even very excited for this because I knew I would get good marks. I was thinking like I would get more, but I'll take whatever I can. I'm telling you this, I'm still on this journey that I want to increase my articulation skills, my communication skills, how I express my ideas, how I structure my ideas, how I speak, how I present myself, how I present the ideas, how I present the jokes, how to be quick, one-liner. I'm still working on these skills. So the next time that I give IELTS, the next time I have to give a language or an English language testing exam, guess what? It's going to be more easy for me because it's not like I have touched books after fucking 3 or 4 years. No, I read every day, I speak every day, I listen every day, and I write every day. That's basically what it is. Hope this helps. I'm telling you, there's no secret cheat code. I'm becoming the most I'm becoming the most transparent person that you have seen on YouTube. I'm telling you all the experience that I had while giving this exam, and I'm telling you there's no cheat code. See you in the next one. And there's by the way, there's something life-changing in the description. It's an ebook that I wrote. If you're interested, there's a extra value proposition. If you're interested in that, if you want to change your bad habits from good habits, and if you have to be increasing your focus and discipline, if you want to be getting more things done, get that. It'll change your life. See you in the next one.